Why, hello, my friends, and welcome back to another little blog episode. I just want to throw this out here real quick for you this week, just to let you know that, I finished the projects. It's done. The AC unit, I rebuilt the wall, it's done. So that's why I was gone for like 5 days. It gave you lots of Freddy the Mini Horse shorts, though, you might have saw. But anyway, I hope you're having a great and wonderful day in Middle-earth. Thank you to everybody who has supported the channel with my hitting 8,000 subscribers. We've already flown past it, but our celebration will be coming up in just a few days. If you look, it's already scheduled on the channel at the time of this video. It is for Sunday, all right? I did afternoon my time to make it best that possibly our Australian friends can join us. It'll be very early, between like 5 a.m. and 7 a.m. And then European, it will be somewhere between like 8 and 11 p.m. for everyone in Europe. And then, of course, it should be okay for everyone in North America. So that'll be exciting. We also have a fun kinship event. I've refined the hide-and-seek type event we did in the Lord of the Rings Online the other day. So we will do that and stuff. And then also, I want to talk about, just real quick, about it is so nice and cold in my room right now. The only reason I look warm is because I literally just finished our project. We've been redoing the backyard too. And I don't know if I told you, we got our deck redone and we're doing a big event for something. So I was literally hammering like a dwarf for the last hour, putting stakes into the garden and putting up a little wall and then hooking these things up. We put some misters and redid so much stuff. We're not gonna go in all that. But anyway, the point is, we're done. Yay! And I'm very happy with how the wall came out. I might give you guys a little short or a little vlog of kind of the before and after of what I did on the AC if you guys want to see. But this is the new AC. You can kind of see it right there. And the best part is how quiet it is. I know you guys I've already lost everyone watching is like, okay, I'm done. But listen to this, okay? No sound, okay? All right, this is full blast. Okay, I'm gonna turn it on. Full blast. I don't know if you remember my other one. It would really make a lot of noise, okay? So, that's it. Can you even hear it? Maybe just the ever so tiniest bit? I'm trying to listen because I can hear what's coming through my my mic. That's full blast. And by the way, this thing's like 5 times as powerful as my previous AC, and the best part is it's not in the wall. I have the pipe piped out of the wall, and it's not in the wall, so it's really quiet. And I can record and do streams with it. I can't even tell you. You guys are laughing at me, but you guys, it gets so hot in this room when I'm streaming for 2 hours, okay? I'll start it, and my AC would get it down to maybe 70 degrees Fahrenheit, okay? And then by half an hour in, we're at 80 degrees. By an hour and a half in, we're getting 85, 86 degrees. And then right next to me, it's over 90, where my computer is having a furnace under your feet. And I'm just sweating, right? Because I usually like to wear my nice hat and things like that. So anyway, and it's been really, really hot. So a lot of times when I record, the window's shut and the light hits my window in the evening. And a lot of times that's when I want to record. So I'm really excited, really stoked about it. So anyway, moving on. But yeah, it's not very loud. And then I can turn it on low. If I already had the room cold before doing recording or streaming, and put it on low, just barely. It's awesome. It's so awesome. And obviously a little bit of fine tuning my mic, I can also make it more visible so it doesn't pick up as far with distance. But I had pretty good soundproofing in this room with how many things I have, and I've got felt things on all over the place, and yeah, anyway, so moving on, I'm really excited about that, you might have seen, but thank you so much again. So the project is done with that. I'm really, really excited to have that finished, and I'm super excited for our event this weekend. And again, the goal of this channel is always going to be that you're having fun and I'm having fun. I wanted to real quick talk about the fact that a lot of times I really want to always focus on that goal and come back to my goal. Okay, with being a very positive, fun, uplifting channel, I really don't want to be hating on things. Ever, right? Now, granted, I will criticize something that I don't necessarily like in a series or something that comes out in my reviews, but I think I do it in a very fair and balanced way. I try really hard to, because I feel like if people just lump something all together, really good or really bad, and they never critique it at all, right? And give it the benefit of the doubt. I feel like giving things the benefit of the doubt is good, even though it's hard sometimes when it comes from something that maybe already disappointed you in the past, right? But just so you guys know, I'm always going to try to really hold on to that on this channel. I want this to be a channel where you guys can come, relax, have fun, play together. We're trying to do lots of different events. I have a couple people who have been helping me who are officers in our kinship. This is for Lord of the Rings Online now. I will be, we have the Slayorama on Tuesdays. We have our normal Kinship stream on Fridays, which is every third and fourth Friday. I hope I didn't just flip that. I don't think so. And then I also do other streams, obviously, for the channel on other topics, too, on Saturdays occasionally, and Sundays, like our celebration coming up. And then, of course, an occasional random stream where I'll just put something in. But usually the rest of the week I try to do videos, right? So I think the last thing I wanted to say is that, and I'm going to mention this in another video, but let me just make it really, really clear right off the bat with this next part, is that I have a super awesome community, and all of my friends say it's an anomaly, okay? Like, in a positive, this is all a compliment to all you guys watching right now, okay? It's an anomaly, right? Because I rarely get, like, people saying mean comments or stuff like that. It's like 1 out of every 100. And usually they're minor things. They're not really that big of a deal, right? And that's something that's, like, crazy to me, right? And even with our group growing like this, I always want to be really dedicated to you guys to kind of keep doing the content, like I was saying, with being positive and fun. And I want it to be a channel you guys can come and just relax and enjoy yourself. I don't really ever want it to be something that brings in anything from the world, right? Because I am someone, I have my opinions in life. I have all of my views. I am quite well-read, you might say, in many topics. I love learning about whatever it is. It could be history, geography, politics, blah, 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 blah. But we don't bring in anything from the world that's negative, okay? Because I want you guys to come and enjoy yourself, whether it be negative to some people or positive to others, right? And that's one thing that, just so everyone knows, I never bring stuff up and I never say what I stick straight to Tolkien. We stick straight to Lord of the Rings and Tolkien stuff. Sure, I'm the only one that can make the exception occasionally and say something, but I don't, because I don't want to, right? I want it to be a fun thing. And one thing that happens, I notice, with all of us as humans, and you guys will totally probably agree with me watching this, is that we tend to hear something that's kind of a trigger word subconsciously to us. And I'm not saying like silly, like, oh, you're triggered. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying like you'll hear something, right? A certain person, let's just say a certain political person, right? Whatever affiliation you don't agree with, or if you're somewhere in the middle, you just don't even care, right? Or you hear something, or you hear a certain thing, or someone you like or watch on you, and they say something, and then you're like, oh, right? Well, the first thing that is a problem with that thinking, right, is that a lot of times people are very complex. And myself, I have friends of every political background, and I enjoy that. I love talking about all sorts of things, right? Even though I have my own views too. But my point is, moving on from that, my point is, though, it's very hard to not subconsciously, if someone says, oh, I like this person, that you like immediately lump them in with a big group of people of your experience, right? Which might be completely wrong about that person. They might like one thing about some head or talking person, political or whatever, or, just someone who talks on YouTube, and you're like, oh, they're in with this crowd. It's like, not necessarily, right? But the bottom line is, that's one of the reasons I don't do that stuff, because it's really hard for us not to. I know when I watch my favorite YouTubers, the people I watch, I really appreciate when they don't go into stuff like that, unless, of course, they are a channel that's dedicated to doing that, then that's their choice. But, like, when they don't do that, because what happens is it kind of like, even though someone will say something and I might disagree with them, I try my very best to be like, oh, well, I like everything else he does, just that one thing. Oh, well, agree to disagree, moving on. Which is what we should try to do, right? With everyone that we disagree with on things. But it can be challenging, right? It can be challenging. You subconsciously sometimes will start, like, putting a negative connotation to someone or something, depending on what they said about one subject, not realizing that maybe they think this one thing, and you think they think 10 other things now. In reality, they don't think any of those are 10 other things, and they agree with you or something, right? So anyway, moving on. I know that's kind of out of the blue, but I was thinking about that the other day, so I just wanted to go put it into one of my blog series, which is my blog channel, right? Not channel, playlist. This is the blog playlist. I'm a Lord of the Rings channel. I don't always do this. So anyway, that's something that can be really challenging, right? So that's why I'll directly talk to people that I trust and already know on things like that. But when it comes to the public and for us as a community, I like to stick to Lord of the Rings mainly. Especially why in our Discord, if I ever say anything to you guys, it's never attacking you. If you have a view on something or something, that's totally fine. But if I say something like, oh, let's not bring up like that whole thing of that big world issue, which you may be right. You may be wrong from my opinion, right? It's all opinion, right? I definitely think there are true hard facts in the world, right? Like, I know some people will say that there are some things that are unrefutable, right? But we're not going into that. The bottom line is, in the Discord, that's why I keep it to let's mainly stick Lord of the Rings or fantasy or things that are fun and engaging that everyone likes, right? Again, I never want to be like it's my community. I want everyone to have a very good freedom of speech, right? But at the same time, I do have to kind of critique things being my house, right? If you had anyone in your house, right? Just for a certain amount of like, let's stick to this subject, right? So that's just one to let you guys know that, just for food for thought. No one's done anything wrong. That just popped up in my head recently to talk about. So anyway, thanks so much, guys, for listening. You're the best. And what I was going to say, the last thing that I kind of skipped over and went to that new subject, was I was going to talk a little bit about the couple negative things that people say sometimes, and we're gonna laugh about it. Okay, I'm not gonna go negative. You know me. I'll say I'm gonna rant now, and you guys are like, "Yeah, sure, Zollin, that's a rant." No, it's not. Right? It's not ranting, Zollin. You're not ranting. But anyway, when it comes to, I've had one or two comments on things like, I'm gonna use an example. Okay, not a person, but an example. Rise to War, the phone game. Okay, it's a mobile phone game. I understand that not everybody likes mobile phone games. I totally get that, okay? And I want everyone to be very clear, this is not the majority of my viewers. This is like less than 1%. I get one comment like this out of every 200-300, okay? I had someone the other day leave a comment. This is actually a long time ago. It wasn't even recent. It was like 2 months ago. Where they were like, oh, I'm going to stop watching your channel if you keep releasing these junk videos about Rise to War, right? The stupid phone game or something. The guy doesn't like the phone game. I get it, okay? That's fine. Does that bother me as a content creator? It's a little annoying, but no, I just let it go. I basically kind of laughed him off. I'm like, well, you know what? I don't need your mean comments either. Basically is what I told him. I was like, you don't have to be subscribed. You go. But the bottom line is, I want everybody to know is that I always try really hard to keep my goal of what I like, but I do have a group of people on this channel who like Rise to War, who are subscribed to see some of my Rise to War videos. I only put out like 8 to 10 5 to 10 minute videos of Rise to War a month, I think, out of my like 70 videos that I put out, and most of them are like 30 minutes to 2 hours or in streams, right? So like, it's unreasonable when people make those comments. Obviously, you all know that as majority of my viewers. But, and obviously you're all telling me, I'm sure you're going to say this in the comments, Zollin, do what you want. We're here to watch and have fun. I get that. I appreciate that. But as a content creator, I still want to be making the content that a lot of you guys subscribe for. My voiceover series, my guides, LOTRO, Battle for Middle-earth, right? All these other Lord of the Rings games too. Lore videos in the future, right? I'm a channel, I've definitely broadened my horizon from when I started, because I didn't want to confine myself too much to just one thing. I love LOTRO. It's my canvas. Like I say, I'm not going to ever stop doing LOTRO, but I want to have the option of always being a Tolkien channel for the future. Because I plan to do this as long as I have support from you guys. And thank you to my Patreons, by the way. As long as I have support, I plan to do this channel full time, which I already am, right? And I'm almost getting to the point where I can support myself with it. Not quite, but I'm getting there. So thank you to you guys for your support. And the growth of the channel has been amazing. We just hit 8,000 subscribers. It's so cool. I got 70,000 people that watched the channel this last 28 days. That's crazy. My average was like 35,000 each month, which is still crazy. But like, that was awesome. I got like double the views this month. And I just gained like, there's like 300 of you just joined. Welcome to everybody who's joined recently. You leave a comment. You're brand new. Welcome, welcome. But just so you know, again, to reiterate my points, if you listen to this whole video, you're at the end. I'm very impressed. Thank you so much. You're my dedicated viewer, I'm sure. But again, don't forget to, enjoy yourself. I love hearing people's opinions on what they feel like, what they want. I am always going to do what you're enjoying and what I'm enjoying. So I am going to still pick things that I want to do at that time, right? So I'm always going to put in a little bit of Rise to War, a little bit of a LOTRO, LOTRO Tale, my guides. I try to always trickle in my main stuff so you guys can be happy. Everyone gets something, right? I've always told you guys in the past, I have a lot of different stuff I cover, right? And I've had a couple very nice other content creators make a comment to me one time that was very nice. They said, they're amazed at how many things I cover and what all the different subjects I do. And I appreciate that. I do a lot, right? So, and I enjoy it thoroughly. But I do cover a lot, and I try not to scrape, butter scraped over too much bread, like Bilbo says. I try not to go that far. I try to be, so I don't burn myself out, that kind of thing. This week, again, has been crazy. I'm so excited to have a new AC. It's so quiet, you can't even hear it. It's so cool. I don't even have music on. I'm so happy about that. It's nice and cool. It's like 72 degrees in here with all my lights on. Just like, I could turn it up. It could be colder if I wanted to. So yeah, you guys are the best. Thank you for your support. I will always do the content that I want to do, and I will always do it from a positive perspective, because I've heard other couple YouTubers recently who are really awesome and made some nice comments. I posted one on my Discord I guess I'll just shout it out. I was listening to the Star Wars Theory. He's the biggest Star Wars channel in the world, pretty much, on YouTube. And he was saying how he finds that being positive is far more impactful than being a hater on things, right? Now, granted, you could dislike things. That's fine. But you all know the difference between someone picking and saying, oh, I didn't like this about this, but I enjoyed this. Like, for me, let's pick Rings of Power, right? There's some stuff I really liked in Rings of Power that I thoroughly enjoyed. There was some stuff that I really didn't like, and I really didn't enjoy, right? But I told you fairly on what I liked and what I didn't like. I didn't just lump it into a basket without even checking it, right? I thoroughly checked it. But at the same time, we all know there's those people who will blindly like something, which is fine. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Or that blindly just dislike something. That's fine. That's their opinion. But the problem is they try to pull other people into it. And, if you don't also think that it's horrible, you're bad. Or if you don't think it's great, you're bad, right? That's the problem. I think people have the right to totally dislike something or totally love something, right? Blindly, without doing like what I'm doing, being very thorough with investigating, right? I think more people should do that personally, but they don't have to. That's their choice, right? So anyway, my point is, I think being level-headed is good, right, on this stuff and trying to be balanced on things. But I always want to try to be more positive, like that guy was saying, like that one YouTuber I was telling you. He said that he seems to get more positivity than being negative on things. And that is good, and it reinforces what I've been saying since I started my channel. So I'm glad to find out that my opinion is not naive on that, because not only have other people told me you're good, that's good you're doing that are close friends of the channel, but also other channels like that I saw, saying that he said, oh yeah, fantastic, just be positive. Right? So anyway, thank you for listening to this little 17-minute talk. And again, I'd be really surprised if you guys are at the end of this video. But thank you to my wonderful Patreons. There they are. They're the best. And we have a nice AC. Oh, amazing. So again, you will see our Sunday event coming up, our Friday event coming up, and then don't forget our Tuesday one. And just throw it here at the end if you're somehow at the end still. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I didn't say that. If you like Lord of the Rings content. Should always remember to say that. I totally forgot. You guys can do it. You guys got this. And then we're going to try to make another event that's better for people in the EU and Australia time. So we're going to try to see if one of our people who play with us wants to be an officer in that. So we have someone in mind. So I'll let you know in the future on that as well. So there's a little blog update. There's some thoughts. Hopefully you enjoyed. Have a great day in Middle-earth, my friends. And I will see you on our 8,000 subscriber celebration. Baruch Kazan Kuzan, I menu. And stay happy, my friends. I'll see you in the next ones.